watching United TV, joined by manager Michael Clegg after a 5-0 defeat at Stafford Rangers. Michael, where do we start?
It were poor. Obviously, it's been an horrific couple of weeks with injuries, and bridge too far for us today. We could have done with season ending a couple of weeks back, and too many lads patched up, and you can't make it up as you go along in this league, otherwise you get your bellies tickled like what happened today.
Yeah, but if you look at the season as a whole, obviously we've mentioned it quite a few times on post-match interviews, a lot of injuries that we've had this season, a lot of centre-back partnerships and stuff like that. If you'd have turned around to yourself and said Manchester Premier Cup final and a mid-table finish, would you have taken it?
At the start of the season, no, we wouldn't have took that at all, but I think as after the first 10 games we was in a bit of a state with that. So we've had 2 really good runs in the league when we've got a fully fit 11. I think won 6 out of 7, won 7 out of 8, and which shows you that we've got the tools within us to do that. But I think, you know, they were just better all over than us today. You're under relentless pressure from the set pieces. Obviously young Luke's in net today as Greg got concussion last week, and we've not helped him out. You know, first goal we flicked it on, they've put it in, and I think barring one of the goals that all 4 come from the set pieces, which we knew we were going to be under pressure with that today with the cards we were dealt, but just thought the senior players could have probably helped out a bit more. But like your Coatesy, your Chezes and people like that, they are playing injured, with no other people available to pick. And again, we've had to take Coatesy off during the first half, and like you said, from the Premier Cup final, it's been it hasn't been great, but out of that, you know, you learn certain things, and today coming here winning 4-0, would that have papered over a few cracks? We know we need some new bodies in the building next season. I think today nailed that down, and that's where we was a few weeks back, and I think this today just confirmed that.
You mentioned Luke Taylor making his debut today, and obviously we've seen Donlan and Pababal Jenkins making their appearances from the under-21 squad. Going on to next season, can we see a few more of the young lads coming through, and can we expect a couple more, maybe a bit more silverware as well next season?
I think in terms of 21s, look, if you're going to put a few of them in an 11 at this league, it's a tough league. You've got to be ready, and you know the young lads have carried themselves really well, and they've done great. Can you have a few of them in the same 11 at this level? At the moment, probably not, as you've seen with result, and that's not blaming them lads. It's just this is a tough league. You've got lads who have fell out of football league playing games. We've got one of our centre halves played 500 league games. You've got a lad on bench played 200 Premier League games, and so just to go and throw lads from the Manchester kind of 21s league into the Northern Premier, it's a big ask. We've had to do that the last few weeks for injuries, and your results will tell you that. Like I said, they've done well, but everything around it, I think you need to be putting them into really strong 11s bit by bit, and we've had to put them in and depend on them, and it's been a bit unfair on them really. But they've done really well. I think today, obviously taking a 5-0 defeat is certainly my biggest as a manager in a long time, and I think the manner in the way we was first half wasn't good enough. I told them that. Like I said, for us, we know where we want to be. We know what journey we're on, and ultimately some of them lads today won't be on that journey with us. It's just the truth, basically.